Hey there, Divine Angelites, and welcome to March 2021. We are going to do a pick a pile reading for you today to figure out what you need to know about the month of March. So 1, 2, or 3, which pile is your intuition pulling you today? Listen to your gut. What was your first reaction? Which number came to mind first? Because that is the message for you today. I have created these piles by shuffling and allowing the angels to pick cards for each pile to give you your complete message for what you need to be watching out for this month, how you can get through it, what your reward will be, and what else you need to know, just how to make the month the best it can possibly be. So that is what is in these piles. Let's go ahead and get started. Tell me in the comment section which pile you have chosen, 1, 2, or 3. So we're going to go ahead and get started with pile 1 today. If you have selected pile 1 intuitively, here's what you need to know. First of all, make sure that you're allowing yourself to truly feel. Don't feel like you have to kind of brush off your emotions or put space between you and the ones that you love. It's okay for you to be very connected and very deeply emotionally involved with the people and the situations that really mean a lot to you. You don't need to protect yourself in these situations. How can you get through that? They're simply trusting the universe, letting them do their work, letting them play out the plan that they have for you and that they have for the other people in this situation. So basically they got you. You're going to be okay. Just allow yourself to put that trust in the universe, and then feel free to emotionally and lovingly invest in the things around you. And what your reward for that is going to be is you are going to have this amazing deep release. It may be traumas, limiting beliefs, maybe some other manifestation blockages that you're dealing with, but whatever it is that you're releasing, it is going to happen because you trust the universe and because you begin to actually accept the feelings and everything that you feel and being able to share those openly. You don't need to fake your way through relationships, through emotions. You can just genuinely feel and it's going to be okay, and it's going to actually be very great for you because your reward is that you're going to have a massive release of something that's been holding you back for a long time. So how can we make this the best March for you? They're just kind of respect yourself, respect your emotions, your responses, and allow yourself to really be honest with yourself, open with yourself, and don't allow yourself to take in the garbage that you sometimes do, right? So, I mean, what is it? Maybe movies that you know you don't really like, but it's a cheap laugh, or food that doesn't make you feel good, but just maybe for a moment. Allow yourself to treat yourself the absolute best that you possibly can, because you deserve that. You absolutely deserve that. So that is what's going to make this the best March for you, treating yourself as sacred space, because you are sacred space and you deserve that. So if you have chosen pile 2, here we go. What you need to be watching out for this month is actually going to be treating your body as a temple, almost like what we just gave the advice to for pile 1 if you were listening. So make sure that you're putting only the best things into your body. Treat yourself as sacred space. You are sacred space. Don't consume garbage. So don't force yourself to watch movies you don't like, or don't force yourself to read books you don't like, and don't eat foods that make you feel gross. Stuff like that. It's okay for you to give yourself the very best because you have earned that. And they said the best way for you to do that this month, the best way to get through that kind of right now, what it is you're just kind of having a tough time doing that for yourself. You're having a tough time really treating yourself with the respect that you deserve. So the best way to get through that is to find things that make you happy and allow yourself to indulge in those happinesses. Because like I said, why read a book that you don't like? Why watch a movie you don't like? Find instead the stuff that you do like and allow yourself to really find the joy and contentment. I know that kind of is a little bit tough with the food thing, but I like that gross food that I eat, that thing that makes me feel guilty, but I love it so much. Yeah, I understand. I really do. But there's other foods that make you happy too, isn't there? and they make you feel better about yourself. So allow yourself to focus on eating those instead. And then they're also letting you know that you could have kind of a spiritual awakening too. They're like, figure out what is the meaning of sacred space. What does sacred mean? What does that even entail? Because once you kind of put together the pieces of what sacred even is, and then to realize that you are it and you are divine, you're going to have such an amazing change. You're going to be able to realize that, oh, this is why I want to treat myself with respect. This is why I feel so good when I do this. It's kind of bring the pieces together, I feel like, for you. And your reward from it is also going to be a large release, just like pile number 1. You're going to be doing a huge negativity release. All these things that just make you feel weighed down and gross emotionally, mentally, and physically are going to have an easier time slipping right off of you. If you allow yourself to focus on joy and allow yourself to realize how sacred and divine you are as an individual. So what can we do to make this the best March possible for you, pile number 2? And they're letting you know that they want you to kind of break these cycles that you're in, where you kind of toil away in things that don't actually serve your highest good and don't make you feel that great. They're like, this is the time. We are done with that. Go ahead and break those cycles, break those chains, and allow yourself to move forward with just abundance and joy, because you're going to go so much further if you allow yourself to release those things, if you allow yourself to break those cycles. As scary as it is, everybody wants to hang on to their cycles because it's who they are. It's what they understand. But what they are letting you know right now, what the angels want you to know, is that you are going to feel even better once you break those. So go ahead, do it. They've got you. They are protecting you, and they will be there for you. Okay, if you have chosen pile number 3 today, what you need to know for March, what you should be looking out for, is just make sure that you're not like constantly giving yourself away. Make sure you're not constantly sacrificing your time, your space, your energy, your money, everything for others. Because you're starting to get into a little bit of a cycle of constantly giving, which is beautiful. Don't get me wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with taking care of the people around you, the people in your life, but you're over giving, you're overdoing it, and there's really nothing left for you. There's no time, there's no space, there's no joy left for you. So how do we get through this? And they're like, just realize that, allow yourself to kind of learn from each experience, you know, realize that this entire situation you're currently going through is trying to teach you something. And what is it trying to teach you? It's trying to teach you where your boundaries are, right? It's going to be teaching you, what are you willing to give? How much do you need? How much are others still going to love you even when you're not constantly sacrificing for them? I feel like that's a really big part here. Like, you're constantly giving because you want people to see your worth. But your worth isn't what you give people. It's not the time you give them or this overwhelming amount of stuff that you give them. But it is you. You are the value. You yourself are the value. So go ahead and take care of yourself to shine that light back into yourself and to really boost yourself again, because the more and more you give away, the less you're going to have to be the amazing, immaculate person that you already are. So what reward will you get from this? And they're like, there's no particular reward for you, actually. It's actually just going to be kind of a long-term learning experience. It's going to be a long-term situation that you're going to be working through. But that's okay. You don't need a reward for this situation, honestly, because all of the extra time, you're going to be rewarding yourself constantly. You're going to constantly be working on regrowing yourself, dedicating to yourself again, that self-care, all of that beautiful stuff. So it's okay that the universe isn't going to reward you, because you're going to be rewarding you. And so what is the last thing what is the last card that they have for you, letting you know how to make this the best March possible? And they just want you to like kind of examine your life. What are you clinging on to that's no longer serving you? Is it certain relationships? Is it a job? Is it a dream that you wanted so badly and now it really doesn't align with what you actually desire anymore? They're like, we want you to go ahead and kind of catalog what is in your life anymore that you still give a lot to, that you don't even desire anymore, because it's time to let those things go. Those are taking a lot of energy from you too. So basically your cards are pretty much telling me that you have been a victim of just an energy sucking life right now. So go ahead and allow yourself to cut ties to things that are no longer what you desire. Allow yourself to serve yourself a little bit more instead of always serving others, and you're going to feel absolutely fantastic this month. I kind of get the feeling that it's going to take most of the month for you to get it down. Like right after you watch this video, it's going to be a couple days of you doing great, then you're going to kind of slip back into your old routines. But just come back and rewatch this video. Come back and remind yourself about how amazing you are and how much you deserve all of this energy that you're pouring into others, okay? So lots and lots of love. I hope you have a fantastic March, and I can't wait to see you guys again in April. Mwah!